like biggest scale victories been each of them? So like they're not a win in one.
Oh, so you mean like a non-scale victory?
Your biggest non-scale victory?
I think my biggest non-scale victory is speaking in front of 200 people 2 years running at a conference just like this. Previously, I'd have been sat on the settee while my husband was at work and I'd have been watching Sky movies, and I'm here today because I've lost weight and I've got a YouTube channel, and it's a real marker in my journey. So thank you for coming.
I don't know, what would be my biggest non-scale victory?
Now you're not eating Haribo?
That would be close. Just feeling good about myself, even though I put on weight, I was able to lose it again, and just having the support of people that believe that I can do it and getting inspiration from you guys. Believe it or not, you guys all inspire me, because I look at what you guys do and I'm like, okay, they can lose the weight, I can do it too. If these guys are feeling good about themselves and they've improved, I can do the same.
I'll give it a go. If I can't, don't judge me if I can't do it. I owned a suit. I hate suits, but I had to go to a function and I had to go to get the trousers taken in because they kept falling down. And the guy said, "You're going to have to take them off." I'm in a shop and I'm thinking, I don't want to take them off. He's got glitter curtain out and behind thing. But after I'd done it, I had to put my shoes back on. And I'm thinking, I used to look around when I was bigger. I used to look around for a chair or something I could put my foot on. But now, I can just bend and reach down to the floor. So it's a really simple thing, but I don't have to be looking for a chair or this or a wall, and people are looking at me going, what's that bloke doing?
Mine would be fitting into my wedding dress and feeling confident as well, being at my lowest weight. That was a big achievement for me.
I think quite a big non-scale victory that I've actually had today is because of all of you guys. And I actually really feel like my weight does not define me. And you have said such kind things. I am a good mum, I am a good person, but I am on a weight loss journey, so that's my non-scale victory.
This is me! It would probably be, it's a mixture of two things. So, as I mentioned, I've cared less about the numbers on the scale and more about how I feel. And I've upped fitness and started to, how do you explain that? I've started to use weights. And to me, it's a non-scale victory. I would be upping the weights, and so the guy who runs the class commenting that, oh, you're getting really good with that bar weight now. You're really upping like that on there, and you're doing really great with it. So for me, it would be not being a wiener of the class anymore and standing at the back and picking the baby weights up. It's actually being like, no, you can do more than that, and going for it and being confident and speaking and getting advice, and yeah, so that's mine.
I think mine's just like being able to go into like any shop that you want to shop in and picking up things that you actually like the look of rather than what covers you up, and liking what you see in the mirror as well, basically.
I think mine would be the fact that I can eat food and feel not guilty, and I know that I don't know how to describe it. Because obviously I had like a bit of a battle with eating and stuff, so I'm glad that I've got to a place in my life where I can eat food and be happy.
I think for me it's a couple of things. Definitely fitting into boots like these. I couldn't ever buy them. So that's definitely like one of the things for me. And then as well, I think it's not just the weight loss journey. I think because I conquered that to a degree, it's given me the confidence to do other things. Like I actually went to Thailand and Cambodia on my own, and that is something I never would have done before because I would not have had the confidence or the balls basically to do it. It almost makes you believe you can do other things because you've actually combated one massive thing in your life. So it's kind of that respect as well.
I think for me is when I started my swimming, I got in the pool, I could only do about 2 or 3 lengths. I got out and I felt like a failure. So fast forward about 6-7 months after doing it once a week, being able to swim 72 lengths non-stop were a really good non-scale victory for me.
My non-scale victory is in August I went on holiday and I wore a bikini which I've never wore since I was 17. And what that means to me is that I've accepted my body. Like, I've accepted that I've got stretch marks. I've accepted that I have got cesarean sections. But there is many women in this room probably and in the world who would like to have stretch marks and cesarean sections because it means that they're a mum. You know what I mean? So for me to wear that bikini wasn't just showing my body, it was for me accepting this, like Helen says, this is me.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of things. One of them is I'm running a race for a charity, which I've been doing this year because I lost my stepdad. And I've run for years, but I think since Slimming World, because I've lost weight, it's allowed me to increase, lessen my time. So like this year I've knocked 10 minutes off on a race for a 10k race. And the other thing for me is just being here today and listening to your lovely comments and everything and getting to meet you all. They really mean a lot.
For me, there's been a lot, because when you've lost that much weight, lots of tiny things that are really normal to everyone else, like not panicking about the size of a chair or anything. But my biggest one is being able to share a bath with my 3-year-old, which if you've watched my blog, you'll have seen me crying about it, because I'd never been able to have a bath with her, which sounds really silly, but it was just probably the best moment of my life. Yeah.
I think I mentioned this last year, and then I think I started crying. So first one, I'm not crying this time. The second one is I had to get a new pair of jeans, so I went to Next, which is something which I could never do normally. I used to go to High and Mighty and stuff, and I tried on a pair of 38, I think it was, or something like that, and they were too big. And then I went down and went down and went down and went down, and then I was like, right, okay, so 32s fitted me. And bearing in mind, I was a 52, so I'd never imagined being able to fit into, and literally my dream waist was a 32, and I was so excited. I told the woman, I was like, I'm a 32, and the woman behind the counter was like, okay. I was like, yeah, but I'm a 32, and then she just took my money and left. But then I genuinely did not believe. I thought that there was a problem, so then I went next door to H&M and also tried on a pair of 32s, and they fit. So yeah. Oh, and also I can put my fingers around my wrist now. Just a little side note. Any other questions? Hello. Thank you very much. Thank you. Right, come on, more questions. You must have some questions. Is that lady just doing a wrist workout back there? Have you got a question?
I'll quickly ask.
Yes.
If there's one tip or thing you could suggest for anyone who does want to maybe start their own Instagram or YouTube, what would that tip be to them?
The first one is do it, like everyone's saying, and the second one is just get yourself your phone or your tablet or whatever, or a camera, and then just don't turn it on and just face it for ages, and not just face it, but just talk, just randomly talk to it for ages and ages and ages and ages, just because then you're not thinking, right, I'm going to do a vlog, and then you've got this camera right in front of you, and it's the first time like you've talked into a camera. So you just basically talk random stuff, even if it takes you a few days or a week or something like that. Just keep talking to it, and then eventually, when you turn it on, it's just like you're talking to yourself again. Because at the end of the day, no matter what happens, we're all talking to ourselves when we're doing this, and we're just looking. We're making sure that we can be seen. That's always the first thing. Also, make sure you're seen, and we're just talking to ourselves. That's all we are. But we are really talking to everyone. So at the end of the day, just whatever you do, just remember you are just talking to yourself. You're being a crazy person in your kitchen, and that's brilliant. That's all you need. Yeah, mind over mad. Just do it.
Just do it.
Don't beat yourself, I'd say.
Don't expect to get hundreds of followers straight away. It takes time to build it. Try and engage with other YouTube channels. Try and leave comments. Try and really engage with people and be honest and be yourself. If you've had a gain, if you've had a loss, just be honest and straightforward. No, you might get a bad comment, but for every bad comment, you'll get 10 positive and supportive and tips and comment. It's worth it. Just sit that down there. You don't need loads of fancy equipment. This is all developed over 2 years. I started with just an iPad and an app, and that's all you need. And just be yourself. And even if it's not about your weight loss, if it's about your cross stitch, if it's about whatever, just something you're interested in.
Be passionate about it.
Something you're interested in.
Just be passionate about it. If it's train spotting, go out there, get some videos.
But
Be really passionate.
Also, just to add, don't do it for subscribers and don't do it for likes or things, because your mindset's wrong. Do it because you want to document it. Like, don't think of the numbers, because I'm fortunate that I've got a nice group of people, but I don't compare my channel to some of the other channels. I do it because I absolutely like doing it, and it's all about that.
And then it grows organically.
You don't see
it. Definitely.
And also put really good descriptive titles. So a lot of my vlogs will say Slimming World because people search for Slimming World. So try and be descriptive in the titles of your vlogs.
No, Charlie, no question? Yes, Becky.
When you're having like off type days and stuff, what is the one tip that you would do? Like do a big healthy shop or something like that. What would you do if you was having a healthy off day or off week, just to get you back on track?
I always look. Sorry, I'm taking over here. Oh, no, I always look back.
I always look back to keep me going forward. So you might have an off-plan day or a meal or whatever it is, but look back from where you started, because you'll never get back there. Or if you are, it's cool. You always step back, but you'll always keep going forward, and that's the main thing is you'll never stay. Just keep going, and you'll be all right. Just think of sending positive thoughts.
Sorry,
somebody actually said that to me. I was in Cash Generator buying a guitar, which I've not started learning yet, just to let you know. And I've been going in there for ages, and you have to sign up for an account. And I know the guy really well, and he showed me, because they have to take your picture when you join, and this was like about 10 years ago, and he showed me a picture, and I was like, I've never seen this picture before in my life, and I did recognise it, because obviously I thought it was me, and he said, you've done really, really well, I said, yeah, my first go-to with that was, but I've put on 2 stone. That was my first go-to. And then he said something which I'll never forget, and he said, yeah, but look where you were. Oh, that's right. And he was like, yeah, look where you were and where you are now. And I was like, do you know what? You're absolutely right. Like, look at where I've gone from there. And I always do, if I'm ever like off plan and then I want to get back on plan, I'll always do a B&M haul video. Because I'm like, right, I can get it, B&M, that's all, low sin free, just stack it all up in the basket.
I like to do a live I'm having a wobble, I like to do a live, and I can always rely on that to. People will always pick me up. It's amazing. So if you're a bit, going back to the YouTube thing, if you're a little bit thing about doing a video, just do an Instagram live, and a couple of people will join, and you'll love it. You will not look back. It's so supportive. It's amazing.
I would say as well with the motivation thingy, my Bible, blips in the road, I binge watch or go through people's Instagram for like months and months and see what they've been having, see the snacks they've been having, and then I think, oh gosh, how good does that look? And that looks really good. And then before you know it, you've got so many things you want to try, you're getting right back into where you need to be or want to be. So
I've got a slightly different approach to off-plan, on-plan. I always say on-plan when you can, but say for instance this evening I have planned to have an off-plan meal, and I have planned how I'm going to get back on tomorrow. So, and I know when all my holidays are scheduled, and I know when I'm going to have a little something extra, and I know, and also, so say I'll have an ice cream one day, I'll plan what I'm going to have during the day so that I am on plan for the majority of my holiday, and I'm having treats throughout. And yes, you might see a little gain the next week, but as long as you are back on it, and also we do talk about on plan and off plan, but it's just an easy way to explain it. What I would say is make it a lifestyle. This is my way of eating. This is my way of eating now, and a lot of things that we might say are off plan, we can find a way to fit it in. We can find a way to make it part of our life. And yeah, just don't forget where you've come, and never ever give up, because it's worth it in the end. How much is a chocolate bar going to comfort you? 5 minutes. Think about the next 5 years.
If I have a bad day, I used to tell my group, and then they used to change it. They did it a different way because the consultants do it a different way. But I used to say, if you went out now and you got one flat tyre on your car, you wouldn't go and pop the other 3. So the Slimcon consultants, Mike and Helen, come in one day, and she had like some flowers in a vase, and we're all like, oh, she brought us flowers. And she went, there was 7 flowers in there, and we didn't realise, what's all that about? And she said she just got one out. She went, so there's 7 flowers in there. So if this one died and I threw it away, would I throw away the other 6 that are perfectly all right? So that's how I think about it now. I think if I have a bad day today, am I going to let the next 6 become a bad day, or am I going to do my best for the next 6 days? Any more questions? Patrick, can I complain now? Can I complain now? Thanks. No, I don't want to. You can do it.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, we're going to play... Sorry,
We are going to play a game now. We're going to play a group higher or lower. Yeah. Right, okay. So we're going to do this. This is the drink section. And then...